Hey guys, welcome to PHENOMSOUND, and for this tutorial I've cooked another Baroque type of bass, and this one is quite advanced. It combines Serum sound design and quite geeky post-processing. And here's the demo. This complete a full studio project. All of the Serum presets and samples from it, including the drum samples, are available on my Patreon page. I have a huge library of content from all of my previous tutorials there, so if you join now, you'll get access to all of that huge library for you to use, and it's a great way to support PHENOMSOUND. So make sure to check my Patreon page, the link is below. Also, I have a quite fresh preset pack, it's called Singularity, and there are lots of noisier flavored basses, lots of Baroque type of sounds, some Mayfuse stabby basses, and even some snares. Make sure to check the demo, the link is below, it's called Singularity, and I bet you'll love it. And here's this bass solo. So yeah, very distorted, very harmonic, and working best when you jump between the octaves. And first, let's find out how to synthesize it on the Serum side. And we're going to be using this hyper wavetable on all three oscillators. This one, set it at -2, it's going to be the fundamental oscillator. Bass layer, this one, keep it at 0, some high harmonies. Let me enable vision for a quick visualization. So this is our layer. The spectrum is definitely filling up. Let's add some more. Set the third oscillator's octave at -1 and the semitone at 7. Now we have some more harmonies, and let's add some noise, this one. Set the pitch at 80 and the level at 50. Finally, let's add a sub-oscillator. Select sine wave. And let's go straight to the effects tab and tube distort this all the way up. Now let's add some movement, and for this purpose I'm going to use the second oscillator. It's the highest layer of all our layers, and I'm going to set unison at 2 and reduce the width down to 0. If you have watched some of my previous tutorials on REESE basses particularly, we are doing this trick very often. So it makes a basic REESE bass. But I want this wobbling to be on the higher register. So the foundation is pretty stable. but because of the distortion, it's gluing all this stuff up. And look, it's wavy, though we've only played with our higher register over here. Look what it does. That's crazy. I'm not sure, but maybe this is the exact way that the clamps is using and opsen for Baroque. Anyway, I love this trick and I'm using it really often to make sound alive. And by the way, do you hear that? Every time I'm re-triggering the note, it sounds a bit different. Sometimes it has strong low end, sometimes it has none of it. Sometimes the harmonies are popping up, so the things that does it, and it's quite annoying sometimes, is this random position. I'm reducing it down to 0 on all of the sounds and setting the starting point at 40. It's this phase position. 40 works for me on this particular wavetable. Let's keep this third oscillator's level at around 87 and all the rest all the way up. Let's get back to the fixes tab. Now let's add an EQ to a bit unsharpen the high end. Set the EQ at 40 and the frequency at 4000. I'm preparing the sound for a lot of distortion, so we need to make sure that our high end is not that sharp. Let's add a flanger, set it at 50. Another distortion, this time is going to be the overdrive one, set the stacking at 3. Nice, set the drive all the way up, let's squash maximum out of this one. Sounds pretty cool to me. Now let's add a compressor. Switch to the multiband compression. Set the gain at 9 dB. Boost the low end to 6 dB. And reduce the high end at -4. Let's add another distortion, another overdrive distortion. Set the drive at 90. And a final EQ right before this distortion. Set it at around 1K. This makes it kind of crispy. But I love reducing this range to make it kind of more saturated and warm. But it's really minor, it's all up to you. Also, I love adding a bit of emotion by giving it a slight vibrato. Let's automate the main tuning using the first LFO, set it at 1, with the rate set at 1/16. You can play with the high end using this EQ. Nice, this is the Serum sound design stage. Now let's move on to the post-processing and check how it sounds now. Sounds pretty cool to me, and this is what I have here. It's, as always, first I'm compressing it a bit, OTT. Setting the downwards compression at 30 and all this stuff set up like this. Slightly reducing the mids, heights, and quite significantly removing the low end compression. Then I have this EQ that is boosting the sub back and some high frequencies. And around 4K to make it nice and shiny. Then I have this EQ. And yeah, it makes no sense, but this happens while you're tweaking stuff. I'm boosting the sub up, then on the next instance I'm moving it down. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But there is also a reason, because I'm sending this sound using a frequency splitter, sending this range to another insert to have another layer of this sound. And then after this sound has been sent, I'm moving the sub down back. And as well as some high frequencies, and I'm boosting up this 200 Hz frequency. Then I'm saturating it a bit. Using classic tape, no drive. And making sure that my sub is mono. Everything below 100 Hz is dead mono. And limiting it. And the stereo image is like 35% merged, so it's not that wide. And this frequency splitter is sending this information on insert number 6. And it sounds like this. It's a range from 300 Hz almost all the way up to 10K. I'm sending this mid band over here using sidechain to this track option. If you don't know how to use frequency splitter, it's really easy. And if you're on different DAW, you can use any other tool to make a send of this layer and then just EQ it to make it look more or less like this one. Then I'm adding one of my favorite plugins. It's called Phase Distortion. It's the free plugin from Kilohertz Audio. It makes things sound distorted without distorting those and without changing volume, which is great. You have no overall drives, you have no clipping. It's perfect. You can set a tone. And the drive. Those 2 or 3 knobs that I'm basically using all the time. Drive, tone, and sometimes normalize. So in this case, I'm setting it to 640 Hz and the drive is set at 40. So it kind of sounds like it's distorted, and then I'm adding a width using harsh effect. Some real distortion this time is a really harmonic one, signed fold from Serum. It's set at 8%. Now it sounds a bit harsh, but I'm EQing it a bit. And that's pretty much it. Those three plugins are adding some variety and additional flavor to the sound. But this is the layer with the main bass. So let's once again check it in the mix. A very nice thing about this method is that you can manipulate with this layer any way you want without touching the main foundation of the bass. For example, here I have some plugins automated like this. You can hear that it adds resonator with different notes. On this segment of bass, it's D sharp. And final bar is switching to D. And I'm adding a vibrato. You can add all sorts of different affixes like comb filters, flangers, phasers, anything, and it will add a nice harmonic flavor to the bass but keep the main layer intact. Also, you can play with the width of this layer. And in most cases, the more width you are adding to this layer, the more harmonies you will hear in the mix if you're on a stereo sound system. So yeah, feel free to play with it. It's a really nice bass, and I hope this video will help you to create your own sick, unique basses using the techniques shown in this video. And if you do like this one, don't forget to hit like, to support me with a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. I have lots of tutorials, lots of Serum preset packs, lots of useful music production and sound design content on my Patreon page, so any of your support is crucial to me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.